Good morning, my name is Paulina. I live in Placerville, California, and it's a privilege for me every morning to study the Sabbath school lessons with you. We will continue our lesson number 7, Danger in Compromise, and for Tuesday, the subtitle is Need for God's Deliverance. How did David slip into the deeper trouble? What prayer of his reveals that he eventually learned from such mistakes? And 1 Samuel 28 verse 1 and 2 said, "And it came to pass in those days that the Philistines gathered their armies together for warfare to fight with Israel. And Achish said unto David, Know thou surely that thou shalt go with me to the battle, that thou and thy men. And David said to Achish, Surely thou shalt know what thy servant can do. And Achish said to David, Therefore I will make thee keeper of mine head forever." Now David is in big trouble. The Philistines gathered together their armies to start fighting against Israel. And now he didn't have any intention to go and fight against his own people. And when the king came and asked him, "Are you coming with us, right?" He gave him an evasive answer, like, "You will see, you will know tomorrow what I'm gonna do." But in his heart, he didn't have any desire to go and fight for his own people and with the enemies. And the king didn't take it like that, his answers. He took it like a promise that he will go and help them in the war. And David was in a big trouble now. And we see in Psalms 141 verse 3, he said, "Set a watch, O Lord, before my mouth, keep the door of my lips." Now he understood that he is in a big trouble. Little by little, he went deeper and deeper, and he understood that one lie came after another lie and another dishonest thing or other things, and now he is in a big trouble. And he understood that without God, he cannot get out of these situations. And he asked, I can't be honest, I can't speak the truth. Oh Lord, please do something for me." And point B, despite David's error, how did the Lord mercifully deliver him out of his predicament with Achish? And 1 Samuel 29 verse 1 and 5, we see that all the armies got together and start preparing for the war. And Achish, this king, because like we said, you know, the Philistines have more kings, 5 kings, one for each region, and they got together. And now Achish came with his army, and David with his men were with him. And when the princes of the Philistines see David with Achish, is like, "What are you gonna do? Why did you bring David with us?" And he said, "Well, he will be with us. He will help us in the battle." But they didn't trust him. It's like, nope. No, what about you? During the battle, David is gonna turn around and will fight against us. We will be in a big trouble. It's better for us to send him home. And they asked the king, "Please send David back home. We don't want him to be with us." We see that here God intervened, because David didn't have any power to stay strong and to stay firm. We see that Satan was working so hard that David will go and help the enemies, but the angels of the Lord were there working to deliver David from this big peril. And this we see the love of God. So many mistakes David did until now, and God still loved him and was around him and trying to get his attention And finally, when he asked that prayer, please, please do something, keep my lips and keep my mouth, because I did so many mistakes, I did so many lies, I don't know what to do. God intervened, and by these decisions of the prince of the Philistines, that he will go back, God was the one who went, and we see that he went back. But in point C, describe the attitude of Achish when they were sending David home, and what feelings must this have arose in David. Achish was so proud of David. It's like, you know what, you are a very good man. I didn't find any fault in you since the day that you came until today. I'm so proud of you. And those words hit David so deep, and he knew that he was not honest with this king. He knew that he was not honest, and he lied to him, and he feels so ashamed and remorse in his heart. It's like, wow, who I am and who truly I am, and what this man thinks about me. This is the lesson for today. It's a big lesson. It's a very nice lesson. When we are in troubles and situation and we do mistakes after mistakes, God still loves us, and he still send his holy angels to deliver us from these troubles. And when we don't have any power and we ask for his help, he will be there to help us and to deliver us, like in the case of David. May God help us today to look to him and to know that even though we did so many mistakes, he still loves us and he still fights for us, that we will be delivered from the enemy's land. May God help you, and may God bless you today, and we'll see you tomorrow.